hello, good afternoon. Listen up! Thank you, well done. All right, so you're all here for the free popcorn, right? Actually, it's not free, 25 cents. All of you are here for the Terry Fox Head Shave event, and want to just sincerely thank all of you for being a part of today. We've got a couple of speakers, and then we're going to go right into our cutting. I know that you're very interested in hearing, but you're much more interested in seeing what's actually going to go on. So I'm going to just start the floor off by introducing Mike Connor, one of our professors here at York. He's going to say a few words. Mike.
Hey, Mike.
All right, I hope I don't fall down. So I'm a kinesiology and health science faculty member, and I was asked to speak here today because the area of research that I do is actually related to what you're going to do here today. I'm going to try to tell you a little bit about why we're here and what's so important about doing this. A lot of cancer research depends on the money that's raised through Terry Fox, who started long ago. Terry Fox died, I think it was 28 years ago. And 1 in 3 Canadians is going to be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 3, so look around you, and there's about 10, 15, 20 people here in this area that are going to develop some form of cancer over the course of their life. The only way to get rid of it is to do the research to find out what's wrong and how we can fix it. There's a couple of problems with cancer. It's not like when you have a runny nose and you can go and you can take one drug and make it better. Cancer is different, and every cancer is different. And in order to find out what is happening and how to treat cancer, you have to know what's wrong. And it takes a lot of money. Our lab does cancer research, and it takes a lot of money. And you know what? Unfortunately, the Canadian government doesn't think that research is as important part of the whole environment of the country as other countries do. So researchers who do cancer research need to find as many sources as possible to get the money they do. And events like this help tremendously. In fact, my lab would be funded solely off of money raised from events like this and the Terry Fox Run that'll happen later. So I was asked to give a little bit of a background on what we do here at York, and how York is positioned in the battle against cancer. And I'm going to tell you something here many of you probably don't know. And in fact, I was at a cancer meeting last week, and when I presented this kind of stuff, cancer people didn't know this. Okay? And it's going to make York unique in the fight against cancer, and in particular the Faculty of Health and the School of Kinesiology and Health Science, which I'm a member of, and many of the people here from the football team and involved in the school are part of it. And what I'm going to tell you about today is the link between obesity and cancer. Okay? We know that obesity is linked to diabetes, heart disease, and stroke, and all other forms of disease that really get a lot of press. But what you may be surprised at is that obesity is also linked to cancer. We've known about it for more than 40 years, but nobody knows why. And that's what we do in our lab. We try to find out why. And to give you some examples, if we talk about breast cancer, that's the research we do. An obese woman is 40% more likely to develop breast cancer than a woman who's not obese. But nobody knows why. So what does that mean? Well, that means we have to find out why. And we are doing that in our lab. But what does it mean more importantly to the faculty as a part of the Faculty of Health and what is traditionally thought of as kinesiology and health science, which has its roots in physical education and activity? What it means is if you can maintain a healthy weight, you can manage cancer. And evidence in our lab, stuff that we do in our lab, has shown that if you're lean, you can protect yourself against cancer. And if you're obese, you're going to cause cancer growth and promote cancer growth. So if you can maintain a healthy lifestyle and a good body weight through diet, exercise, and activity, you can protect yourself against cancer. So we don't have to worry about a therapy anymore if you never get it. And this is probably the best strategy. But what we also know is that lean people respond better to therapy. They live longer. They don't die from their disease. Their tumors aren't as bad. So even if you are unlucky enough to be diagnosed with cancer, if you've maintained a healthy body weight, you're going to have a better chance of survival. And this is where our lab is going. Let's get away from drugs. Okay? Let's get away from dependence on drug companies and therapies and the pharmacists. Let's take matters into our own hands, maintain a healthy body weight, because we can do this through diet and activity. And one of the biggest reasons obesity is so bad in our society is because we are becoming more sedentary. As you get older, most of you will find out it's hard to find the time to be active. Okay? And it's hard to find time to maintain a good diet. But if you do these things, you can protect yourself against cancer. And people seem to be okay with heart disease and diabetes because you can take some pills and manage it. But cancer kills. The average cancer death rate, if you take everything together, is about 33%. So 1 in 3 cancer patients will die at some point. So if you prevent 100 people from getting it, you prevent 33 people from dying. And it's manageable by ourselves. And we can do it. And what we have to do is we have to do 2 things. 1, we have to get the word out there. Nobody knows this. And 2, we have to get everybody active. So even if they don't know, we can protect them. And that can be our job as a faculty of health. And raising money through events like this, making awareness there. Because if people know that they could die if they get obese, they may try harder to fight it. And I'll leave you with one little tidbit to tell you how bad a problem this is going to be. Obesity is predicted to be the leading cause of cancer in 5 years, more than smoking. Okay? So think about that when you're out in your daily activities and you go on to your careers and graduate, and whatever you decide to be, you can spread the word. And not only will you be giving donations for events like this, it's going to be fun to watch people shave their heads. I'm going to stick around and watch it because I'll be honest, I love to see it. But if you think of the bigger picture, this is all going to go to help society. And you can help millions of people. You can save their lives by taking part in events like this and spreading the word. I'm not going to let you listen to me drone on any longer. Let's get to the head shave.